This is the gift that you're going to be leaving behind for humanity, for those who choose to now go into their ascension. The first step, it's called pre-awakening. It's a sense of something's got to change. I don't care what happens. Oftentimes it's even somebody saying, I don't even want to live anymore if this is what living is. You try so hard to fit in, to do the normal things, and you're so hard on yourself for being different. You try harder than to fit in, to have a regular job or a regular family or friends, and it just doesn't work. There's nothing wrong with you. As a matter of fact, there's everything right with you. Then you go into awakening. It happens in so many different ways. A book falling off the shelf in a bookstore or in a library. Reading a book that just triggered everything. Sometimes the awakening came as a result of trauma. Sometimes it comes as a result of loss of loved ones. When you start to really consider death, something happens and you realize now that this is it. There is more. And you're in the right place at the right time. This is the awakening. It's also the time of being most prone to distraction. There is something within you that is excited and joyful about your awakening. But there's also something inside of you knowing what comes next. And then comes the breakdown, the most difficult and challenging. This is where everything starts changing, and it has to, because you've made the choice as a human, and you're entitled to make that choice to get off the merry-go-round. But yet there's still a tendency to hold on, to try to maintain your current identity while shifting into something else. Getting to be the magi isn't just about becoming a brighter human, smarter human, wiser human. It's releasing the human coding that you've accumulated after 1,000 or more lifetimes. And now the breakdown. Everything seeming to fall apart, being alone, not knowing what to do with yourself, in a constant state of crying, but not really understanding why you're crying, in a state of desperately searching for something to hold on to. It's the dark night of the soul. It is grueling. It is terrorizing. It is awful. It is desolate. And you wonder if you want to even exist anymore. You want to go home, but now you're even afraid of that there may be no home. This goes on sometimes for a long time of this breakdown occurring. And the key here is that the more one holds on during this time, the harder it is. One of the common defining factors is just exhaustion. You had nothing left. You have no fight left within you. You've hit rock bottom. And now you go into the emergence. In the emergence, you start to realize how things are really so much different than you ever thought they'd be. You're still very, very fragile, extremely fragile. You need a lot of time to yourself. At some point, you have an encounter with what I call the master. The master is the wise part of you, the part of your soul that truly understands the journey you've been on. The master is the part that is taking all the wisdom from you and from every lifetime and bringing it together. The light of the master casts its shadow as the dragon. And what appears to be a terrorizing dragon ends up being your absolute best friend. You look forward to the moments when the dragon comes around because it's time to really go and clean everything. Let it go. And now you go into realization. Some call it enlightenment. I'm not so fond of that word. Realization, where you finally realize, I am that I am. Realization is characterized by, not by magic, not by hocus pocus, not by being a perfect human. Realization is characterized by you accepting everything that you are. and then you accepting all other things as well. Realization is the greatest form of compassion. You're not trying to change the world anymore after lifetimes and lifetimes of trying to change it. You're no longer trying to fix yourself after lifetimes of trying to fix you. It's a total acceptance. I am that I am. No more fighting, no more struggling, no more even questioning what you're here to do, what you're supposed to do, no more programs and methods and schedules and rituals or any of that. I am that I am. Now we go on to the next stage. This is what I call the magi. You've questioned whether you want to stay or leave, and you've chosen to stay. Not because of fear of death. Not at all. As a matter of fact, there's an allure to death. But you've chosen to stay because you have this passion. You've been on the earth a long, long time. You want to see it through to the end. You want to see how it all turns out. But you realize there's no causes to fight for. None. You see the duality in the planet and the beauty of that duality. You see others going through their trials and tribulations and realize they don't need to, but they want to. So you don't interfere. Every moment in life is delicious and sensual and beautiful. The master understands that the energy serves them. They don't have to work for it anymore. It's just there. They don't worry about it. They don't lay awake at night wondering what's going to happen. They have developed an intimate trust between their consciousness and their energy. Now everything just happens. It's so easy. At some point, the Magi says, it's time. It's time. The Magi's already collected all the past lives, already released all the old stuck energies, integrated all the aspects, and truly come to love himself. I mean, truly love himself. It says it's time. And without a lot of drama, or any at all, the Magi simply leaves. Maybe having a really good meal and leaving. Maybe a long walk in the park and down that endless road. But the Magi just leaves, oftentimes taking all the biology with them. Now, the Magi, the human, the master are all in ascension. They tend to pause at the gateway, leading away from this realm of the planet. They pause and look back. And in that moment, there's a flood of all the memories of all the lifetimes and experiences, the highs and the lows, the loves and the hates, the coming to self, learning about self, and ultimately about really discovering what they came here for. And the Magi bids farewell to this planet, knowing that she'll come back to visit sometime, but not in biological form, just coming back to visit, but realizing now it's time to move on into true sovereignty. And now the lights go down, the sun starts setting, the Master, the Magi, now the ascended being, walking off into the sunset. The end, or rather, the real beginning.